Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grave Reviews presents Thursday Night Frights. How are you tonight, Mr. Chris?
Doing good, doing good. Message held for review. Oh God. Oh yes, we can show Pop My Culture. She can say the things in the chat. Please, who put her on watch? Well, that's not a bad thing.
that's
Oh,
what I say. Well, you know.
you, thanks for joining us, Shanti and
No
LG. Doing good, dude. Doing good, man. I am so glad we hit the finale and sad at the same time
Oh,
because
I am.
now we must wait.
Yeah, and it's funny. You know, I know we want to go into it full detail after
Mhm.
the show opener, which we were told was 3.5 minutes, even though it's not. But anyway, that's
Mm,
not neither here nor there.
right.
I'm really happy with this. I think you might be surprised though that there were a couple of things that I didn't like about it, but that's okay.
I'm
That's what
curious. I like your critiques when it comes to things because you know what? There's a lot of things that we critique and that have need of critique that we
yes,
still rank pretty high because
absolutely.
there are things you can look past in life and move on and go,
Yeah, that's okay. So that being said, let's hit the button. You want to hit the button?
let's hit the button.
Let's hit the button.
Tune in, turn down the lights. It's time for Thursday Night Frights. We're here to be your guide through horror, thrills, and schlocky slides. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond compare. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's scary, they're your horror friends. From slashers to ghosts, they've seen it all. Monsters and mayhem, they'll make the call. Is it a scream or a total flop? They'll tell you what's hot and what's pure schlock. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond compare. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they're your horror friends. We lift a drink and toast to you. The talking dead know what to do. With laughs and chills, they'll set the tone. Thursday nights, you're welcome home. So join the fright, don't miss the show. Alan and Chris are here, ready to go. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they're your horror friends. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond.
So here's the funny thing. I'm sitting here and watching everyone in the chat room, and and Chantel saying that she likes the opening, and LG's like, I love it too, and blah blah. But what you guys can't see is behind the scenes because me and me and Chris are both back here. We're just dancing and
We're having a time.
having a good time with it. So good to see everyone here tonight. I saw that we had Chantel in the house tonight. LG's in the house tonight. I saw that Tina was in the house, and she
Yes,
says
yes.
she loves Welcome to Derry, and this version of Pennywise is her favorite. I will get into that as well.
Yes.
Chris, I don't know about you, but for myself personally, I think 7 and 8. If hopefully everyone's caught up because we will do light
Yeah, we-
spoilers. It's gonna be really
Like,
hard.
we're not gonna get all into it, but we gotta get into this.
You gotta get into it a little bit.
We gotta get into
7 and 8. I think that both. Okay, I'm getting ready to say something. That when I say it, if anyone else doesn't know, Chris will be the one who knows. I rank them right up there with the ending of Midnight Mass.
Mm.
It was a great
It
way
capped
to
this
wrap
whole
up.
season off
Yep.
in 1962.
Yep.
It ties up the loose ends we get some stuff in there, but honestly, man, we get a third act that
Yes.
has you going, and then no, we got to ramp it up a little bit more and
And
make you
then a
explode
little
your
more.
mind, and a little more, and a little more. Then we'll throw some twists in there and some turns in there, and it's good. And then you have some great closure and wonderful connections at the end.
I will tell you that episode 7 for me. Okay, so just to step back a little bit in time, we
Yeah.
talked last week about 6, and I had said
Mhm.
that to me 6 was one of those episodes where they needed it because they had to start wrapping some things up. So it wasn't like the greatest of the series. It wasn't bad by any means. There was a lot of great stuff in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that hold on, I gotta highlight this. What a great looking pair of hose. Hey, who you calling though?
Oh, oh,
Who you calling though?
oh.
Or if I'm backing up, I'm like, oh, but that's a different story. Well, no, I just totally lost my train of thought. No, 6 wasn't that great, but 7,
6 was our wrap up. Wrap it up.
yep.
Kind of move to switch you to this third act that is 7 and 8. That
And I'm telling you right now, 7 blew my mind. I will tell you, it has one of my new favorite horror quotes of all time when Pennywise gives, and I'm gonna forgive me for doing a really bad imitation of Pennywise, but he's like, "Do I have face on my face?" I'm sorry.
good quote, man.
I have face on my face. I was like,
Yeah.
I was laughing out loud. I was so gross.
We do. We are full in. We get the full Pennywise effect. I mean, this is coming from the 1908 connection, which we keep leaping back to, and Bob Gray and coming in. It's just he's really good in this. It gets you that creepy. You get the human side of Bob Gray, and you get and then we've got old Ingrid. Oh, Mrs. Kirsch.
Oh my God, what a way to end it.
Whoa.
It's funny. I have a young lady who is new employed under me at work, and she's a huge Pennywise fan. And I said, did you? She didn't catch what we were talking about with the music box and the record player. She's like, oh no, and then she goes, I have to rewatch it. So I can't wait to hear what she says when she sees the end of this.
Yes.
Like, I didn't catch that.
I got a guy I work with that we come in, we were talking just the connections.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't see all the connections. He's not into the Stephen King universe as much as, but it's opening him up to be like, really? Oh, and yeah, 7 and 8 really pushes us to some crazy parts. We find out what the military is really doing there. General Shaw. We've got we come right back into where we left off in 6. The lynch mob is outside the black spot.
Oh my God. And wasn't that so beautifully filmed?
It was a great shot through the where they came in, they were like, give us our man, and it was as simple. He was going to give himself up, but instead they were planning on protecting him anyway. So then it's okay, we'll leave and lock the place and start throwing some firebombs in and then shooting at people. Whoa.
Yeah. And but the way it was filmed from the inside out, I agree, LG. It was horrifyingly epic, right?
Yes.
Because when they're showing it from the inside out, and they could have went to the body on fire, and they never did. And I have to respect them for that.
Right.
They used the setting to amplify the horror without grossing you out. Right.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the gunshots coming through, keeping people back, and people running from place to place to get away from the flames. You only get a little bit of that. The actual what's going on, and you get the feel for the intensity of fear that would be in that building, that would be the tragedy that our wonderful psychic vampire would come and feast upon, as well as a little nosh on what's going to be burned up. And whoa, it's just, and I have to say it, Richie, one for the little bro. Like,
gonna tell you right now, I don't
oh,
like kids in movies. You know this, and I was sitting there going, "This is me sitting there going, man, that's
I
freaking
love this
beautiful,
kid.
man."
Trap sweat just getting it with the beat, and he just like Marge. I ever since I saw you, and goes back to how he's been eyeing her up forever.
Uh-huh.
And no, you stay in here. And
Yep.
then we come back, and I'm like, he's not on top of it, And maybe. Oh no, this is dark. Like it gets very dark and sad. That this poor kid was a hero.
I love the fact that he's like, I'm going to basically, he put her in the cooler to help in case the building fell on her, to protect her. Little plot hole there, because we all know what would have happened if you had been inside a metal box.
Absolutely.
Fire,
Yeah,
but that's okay. That's okay.
right. Okay. Yeah, maybe they got there in time to put the fire out. He succumbed to the basically smoke inhalation.
Yeah, and man,
Mm.
I got to give it to them because they cast the right group of kids in this, because they were all,
It worked well from the beginning to
very well. All of them, and Lily, I think, was the only one that even at any given point kind of made me just go, okay, I'm tired of the whining, but it was so small, and so that it's so unusual. And again, because I'm dead set against the whole Kennys, right?
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
For me, it's a horrible thing, and
It's a thing.
this group of kids, they walked them right up to that point to where you think they might start to get irritating, and they backed them off and actually gave them what felt like real stakes, real emotions. I was absolutely,
You get that funny feeling when you see Richie where he's eyeing up Marge going down the hallway. That kid love. And he's a well-versed little kid. He could hop behind a trap set and keep a beat with the best.
yes, he did.
Playing some soulful stuff, going into he was a likable kid, like with a great outlook on life, where Will looking at him like, are we sure we're talking about the same place? Like he's just the optimist, and of course he's the knight in shining armor for Marge at the end.
Yeah, and I loved Marge. I thought she was a great character.
Hated her in the beginning. She did well at portraying me to not like her.
She did, exactly, and that's the point. She played the character to make you not like her, and she did it. I don't think that's a hard thing to, I mean, that's not an easy, I should say that. Let me rephrase myself. I'm sorry. I'm going to back up. I'm really excited. Okay. It's not easy to do, right? To play a character that that people are not going to like. But I think she, even as young as she was, did a fantastic job of not only that, but also of selling the hey, I'm sorry, a part of it, and making that growth,
making amends.
Yeah,
full on growth. I mean, if anything, she took one to the eye.
Yeah,
that growth,
literally.
Maybe self-inflicted. We don't know, yeah. But yeah, she had a great arc, and all these kids really pulled it off at the end. You care about them. You don't want to see them go, and that some of them. But yeah, so Richie taking one for the team, taking one for his girl. That was a rough one, and we'll talk about 8 later when he comes back into the conversation. Anyway,
I'm going to say right now, I think that if you don't take the opportunity to watch 7 and 8 as one show, I think you may be missing out on something, because I'm telling you right now, I was afraid that I was going to have to postpone tonight, because I hadn't watched 7 until I haven't gotten home from work before 9:30 any night this week, and so I laid in bed last night and watched 7 and giggled and laughed and everything right before I went to bed, because I thought it was just so freaking great. And all day today, Chris is like, "Have you watched 8 yet?" Because I can tell he's chomping at the bit. He's like, "I want to talk about this. Have you watched it yet?" I'm like, "No, haven't. But I will." And I finally got to watch it. And I'll tell you what's funny is I watched it literally on the way home from work, because my hour drive took almost 2 hours because traffic was stopped. So I just watched it while I was stuck in traffic.
Yep, might as well.
and loved it and wanted to roll the window down and go, hey, have you seen this? You didn't see
Yo, did you see that? No, you should have.
Well, here, hold my phone up and be like, look, watch this. That's so good. But I'll tell you this, what was great about it was having it hooked up to the stereo in the car.
Mm.
I was like,
Got your own little theater going. Nice.
Especially
There's a lot going on, too.
That high school gymnasium scene.
Yeah.
Which is why you have to watch 7 and 8 together.
You do. You really do. Because this is everything's closing up. We have the military. We've got the reason why they're going after Pennywise. They're like, we don't need these guys. But actually, they do need these guys because these guys are going to cause a problem. So now we're after Pennywise, and we're after this guy. Mm-hmm. And we're just bringing everything together to this head that whoever's left, because the black spot, it's Pennywise's thing. It's his tragedy that takes place. He's going back to sleep. He's going back to sleep. He is taking a bloodbath, literally, and sunk up to the nose. He's going to sleep. And some idiot removes one of the pillars and throws it in a damn fire.
What a great scene when he's in that bloodbath. Here it goes, and you see his eyes go, and they glow. I was like, these people are fucked.
His body is like, go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. And he's like, but freedom.
Yeah.
Oh, my cage is open. So we're going to round up all the food I can get, and we're taking the circus on the road, baby.
Yeah. What a great way to put it. Oh my God, I love you, dude. So yeah, when they pull a Pennywise version of Killer Clowns from Outer Space with the puppet, if you will, the principal puppet.
Right.
I was simultaneously laughing and horrified at the same time.
Yeah. Because I mean you get Pennywise where you have the principal, even if the principal's a short dude, Pennywise is like 8 foot tall now.
Yeah.
Up on a stage and looking at the dead lights. Honestly, this is where it starts coming together, where this is Stephen King's H.P. Lovecraft. This is that mouth of madness, that precipice over the edge, and a lot of I would say Lovecraftian quotes from Weird Tales and such really fit Pennywise to a T.
Yes, I agree.
And in the show where they went with the military, I have harnessed the shadows that stride from the world to world to sow death and madness. It's what Shaw's trying to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Is take that, the thing that should not be.
I'm gonna see if I can find it here real quick. Hold on just 1 second. The song that Pennywise sang in the auditorium, in the gymnasium.
Yes.
When he started singing that, I was wanting to see if I could find the lyrics real quick. Hold on a second here. Every time we say goodbye. The way he's, and God, Skarsgård, the way his vocal inflection, he's like, it makes me cry every time we say good. And you hear lightning. I was literally like going, what?
Into the dead lights. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get the famous little clip from all the trailers where all the kids together start floating together and
yep. Oh, and you've got the circus, the circus car that's leading the way, run by body parts and such, but they're the 3 lights. There's 3 lights on that car that's going down the road, and that's the true form of Pennywise. This creature is basically 3 lights. It's another Lovecraftian thing. You look at the lights and it drives you to to the precipice of insanity,
Yes.
and that's where you all go float down there.
I will say this, not that not because I dislike the character or anything, but when Patty Whack, when you see her eyes turn white and and then she starts to lift off the floor, and then you see all the other kids' feet start to come. I was sitting there going, that. How could that be so horribly horrible and so beautiful at the same time? So well
Right.
done. God,
Yeah.
you're so well done. So well done. Now, there was, to me, there was a lot of plot of convenience going on in 8 as well.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because, it's they're taking a, what is basically an 8-hour movie and trying to wind it up in the last hour and 11 minutes.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
so I understand that whole thing, but there was a lot of plot armor in spots where the Indian lady who has been great through this whole movie just happens to know how far it's going to take for these.
Make a little tea.
Yeah,
It can get you to open
yeah.
a door. You shut some more doors.
Yeah. So yeah, there was, and I would have been okay with, and I can't go into any detail, but there's a section in it where all the kids have to use the join in together to move the dagger. I would have
Right.
been okay if they would have just been like, they can only do it for a few seconds at a time, just because if not, as they already established it, so they could have used what they've already established, and all of a sudden, one of them just stops and they start to go, no, I got to take it back, and then one of the other kids runs up and takes it.
Right.
It takes a couple more steps, and then does a similar. I would have been okay with that. I didn't like. I really didn't, and again, it's probably a kid thing. I didn't like all of them together trying to fight.
Yeah, it was playing off of the further away it gets from where it belongs, which would be right next to Pennywise. The more it fights back. So it was an easy way to slip in there to have a moment of which Tina brings up. Shaw, perfect. Where it was like, first of all, it's like, you're free to go. And I love the look like, who are you to tell me that I'm free? Like, like you have anything to do with it. And then to walk past and go, oh, wait a minute.
Before you go there, in that moment, I saw Pennywise register in my mind. This just may have been the way I saw it. Yes, he was like, oh, who are you to tell me? Because I am the destroyer of worlds.
Right.
But he also, I think, recognized at that point that this guy is high in authority. I could use him, right?
It's true.
Until he went, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I tried to eat you before and you got away. And
I never forget a smell.
Exactly. And I think that's when he was like, no one gets away from me.
And I love the I never forget a smell, and bringing himself back to being like, oh, that was your fear, the skeleton man with the face. Yeah. And being able, that little detail there was a great move where you really see that Pennywise, it has these powers that he can use through the time that he's around. Like, it's this transfer to Bob Gray and Pennywise. The dancing clown was because he was fascinated how children were attracted to this clown. And if children are attracted to the clown, well, their fear tastes even better.
Yeah. And did you also notice that, and this, just jumping back to the beginning of this, that when the principal was making the announcements to bring the kids all to the auditorium, he released the upper grades.
Right.
Upperclassmen can go home. It's because he feeds easier and better on the
younger are more salt. You could salt that meat some more. And
so to answer LG, no, I didn't know he played Richard on Sex and the City, and I'm sorry, don't be angry with me, nor would I.
Reasons.
yeah. There's
also another great move was incorporating the actual Losers Club. And its connections, because the connections have been great through this whole thing. Oh, this guy's Will is connected to Mike, and that's awesome. Who's Lily? Who's Marge? You're trying to make these connections because you've seen them in the background.
that scene with Marge, I sit there going, yeah, I'm cheering. I'm like, yes, that is so great.
Doctor Who, with his how Pennywise sees time,
Yes,
present, future, past.
it's all
It's
the same.
all the same to me.
Uh-huh.
And that is a wild thing to think of because he's experiencing everything at the same exact time. Another dimension. It's
Oh,
connections to everything that we love in the Dark Tower, or even bigger,
yes.
just by really showing that. And in the scheme of things, like we could go anywhere with this character. I loved that being able to look at it like maybe he could go back in time.
Yep.
And pull a Marty McFly, you know?
And then later, the girls are in the tower and they're talking about it, and she's like, well, what if he goes back in time and tries to kill one of our parents? Beautiful setup for what's to come. You're right.
We know we're going back in time for each season.
Yep.
The next season is going to be his previous feeding time.
Yep.
So
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Perfect. It was a good setup.
Yeah, LG. I love that when Pennywise called her by his last name. I thought that was
beep, Margie.
Yeah. I will say, while there were moments in this whole series that I laughed, there were moments that I jumped and that I got the heebie-jeebies and my skin was crawling. There was a couple times in this last episode, especially like at the funeral at the end, that big Daddy Allen was like, dude, that's fucking beautiful.
I even had that noted where it was like, what was it? I think I had Friend's speech when Marge speaks.
Yep.
Niagara Falls, dude. Like I'm welling. Like nobody makes me cry my own tears. And then Dick Halloran seeing what's going on behind Richie's family and going over to them and giving them a little bit of closure. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And
that guy made me cry my own tear. It was like one, maybe two came out.
I said to myself, I'm watching and I went, I'm crying Chris's tears is what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. Damn it, Alan. You got your tears on me. Yeah. This is
it was LG. Great way to say it. Beautiful.
Happy sad.
Hey, Ubalto, I'm so glad you stopped in, even if it's only for a couple of minutes. We miss you, my friend. We really do. So hopefully
you're stopping by, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get that whole work thing, dude. It's been really, really rough for myself as well. So
the very end, I did have to say, a lot of action. And to sum up, you have to watch it. What I'm going to portray doesn't make any justice, but shot the damn clown's head off. Nice. Deadlights. Bummer. Richie shows up to help his friends plant the blade in the tree. Nice. Flips off Pennywise. Effing nice. Bat clown. Shit. Super nuclear pillar repellent. Yes. Pennywise gets one last dig at all being forced to head back to sleep. Whew. Back to his basic form and
yes.
Double foo.
Early, I love that. By the way, that's beautiful. Early in the chat, I saw in our Talking Dead while they were back here, trying to keep from eating on one another. Tina said that this is her favorite incarnation of Pennywise, and I will tell you right now, whether it's Pennywise the clown or Pennywise the pickle daddy, or if it's Pennywise bat clown, this too was my favorite portrayal of the entity Pennywise. It took us 5 episodes before we actually saw Pennywise in his clown form. I actually loved the fact that they teased it and you thought, you were seeing Pennywise when it was actually Periwinkle. I loved the way they did it. It's hard for me to say this. As much as I thought there was a bunch of plot armor in this last one that had to be there to pull stuff together, and I understand it did.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a 9.5. You can't talk me out of it.
I said I'm going in solid 9. We'll see where we go from there. There was the one part in the graveyard I had said about the CGI effect, but honestly, it was one of those like, ooh, something good's gonna happen.
Yep.
And it did.
Yep.
And yeah, I didn't see the dagger being too much of a hindrance on the plot device kind of side, only because they kind of set it up a little bit. I would have liked better, like you had said, if they each got a try at it, because it was fighting. He was the precious, like he was trying to get back to Sauron, big thing. But yeah, I could see past that one a little bit. I did like how they kind of put it together with why we're going back in time, where we could go in the future for this.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of nice little tie-ins. We get to see why we know about the Losers Club and the connection to it with the actress. Good moment, beautiful moment.
Great moment. Great
sad and crazy, and there's just so much going on at the end that and we got Dick Halloran off to become a chef.
I love that line. I love the line when he goes, "Oh, what can happen in a hotel?"
It's the worst thing that could happen in a hotel.
Yeah, wait to see.
He's going to be there for a minute.
Did you? I have to highlight it. Did you see what someone said?
Whoa!
I
do believe you're correct, man.
I do too. Like a lot better than Sharknado. Speaking of which, see how LG said this on here. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this, but when you get a chance and next time and you're watching our intro, be sure to notice that LG makes her zombie appearance in the actual video. So
yep, she's very opinionated when it comes to certain things.
He's about to find out how fucked up the Stanley Hotel is, no doubt.
So I will pull a page from I'll say something we've loved, and I've changed it a little bit around. But if you're ever in Derry, when some red-nosed 8-foot-tall clown from the cosmos grabs your neck and taps the back of your favorite head up against the sewer wall, and he looks you crooked in the eye and he asks if you float, you just stared that big old circus freak right back in the eye, and you remember what old Jack Burton always said at a time like this. Do you float, Jack? No, sir, the dagger's in the old tree.
I love it. Oh, you guys have no clue how much I love doing this show with this guy. You tied Jack Burton in, one of my favorite characters.
It's Big Trouble in Little China. It's its own classic.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh.
I literally had to explain to someone one time that Kurt Russell was not the hero of that movie. I was
not really.
I got the poster, but he's not the hero. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, it's good to see you.
Absolutely.
Just love smelling that dairy air. What? Yeah, I know the welcome wagon there sucks. Just be careful. So anyway, I'm glad you came in, Joe. Even though we're actually kind of winding up at this point. So you said a solid 9 for you?
So it was a solid 9 through this, and I said that I will see where we're at in the end. Was really where I was going, and dude, this is a 9.5, man. I mean, there are little things here and there. I keep it from a 10 for me, but we're not talking by much.
No,
10's high praise. It's hard to throw a 10 at stuff.
Yep.
But this was excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent show.
I don't think that, let's see, from 1981 to today's 2025, that same time span, we're going to be talking about this with the same reverence that we do The Thing, right? The Thing to me is a perfect 10 out of 10. This is damn close, though.
This was 8 hours of really some great lore to set up for spin-offs, for taking Stephen King. It's different from what's out there. So the connections that this can make, get into horror reading. Read a book, man. Read a book. Audible, you jump in, you get some credits, you throw one of these things in, and then you find out they're all connected, and you're like, wait, really?
I'm going to say this. This was just a me thing. But there was a scene in 8 when they were out on the ice and they're looking at in the direction of the tree. And you see the fog until it hits the vision of where you're at, that it started swirling just in that one section.
a bit.
And it reminded me of how Roland saw the rain
Right?
when it hit the beam.
Yes, dude.
I literally went, that looks like the beam, you know?
Right? And then you tie in the fact of how he sees time. Well, he's in another dimension, and we know where this goes, this macro verse. So, like I said, the connections deeper into where we can go with Stephen King lore. This is some good stuff.
Yeah,
This is his Lovecraft.
He might be the Crimson King.
Well, there's a cat freaking out in here.
Did you hear me?
Yeah,
He
could be.
You never know.
He was awful Crimson. I love the fact that through the end of 8, he got out of his bath and he was red from here down. The rest of
that
was a great change to this whole thing.
Yeah, the dried blood
made his dance creepier. It made his little run creepier. It
everything.
just
Everything. Yeah, I agree.
Good move.
All right, so we got 2 people. We had Pop My Culture, Chantel, and we had LG, both put in 9.5.
Yes.
Joe, if you're in here, let us know, what did you think? Tina, let us know, what did you think? Give us your out of 10. As we say, 5 hits all the marks. 10 is it transcends. The genre, and 1 makes me angry that I watched it and I'll never get that time back in my life. Where would you put this one? I think Chris and I are both fairly solid on our 9.
It would be great to say 10 years from now, you and I are sitting back talking, having a cocktail, saying,
Not that we ever
remember when Welcome to Derry season 1 came out and gave us all those little links, and then Flanagan jumped in with the Dark Tower, and so jumped in over here, and where we went with that moment of Welcome to Derry, because this is kind of where it goes. If they can pull off a universe shift and bring some sprinklings in on this, on some spin-off kind of things, they could turn around and make this become a 10 down the road.
I will also say this. I can't even believe I'm going to say this out loud because I've been thinking it all day, and it scares me. Joe says 9.5. Tina, it looks to me like we're all saying 9.5 on this one. I will say though, this series scares me.
Oh yeah,
because they have set the mark so high.
It's true.
Okay, so everyone knows that I am a Mike Flanagan fan, a big time.
Yes.
He went in and took a movie that was horrible, and made a sequel to it. It was great.
Yeah, great.
Right?
And then it has some great shows of his own with his wife in there that just.
But when you set the bar this high, how are you going to achieve even staying on the same level storytelling wise, when basically, and I hate to say it, but it's true, you're going to have to keep doing the same skip over and over again, just in different times. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be difficult to.
I can say this though.
Yes.
The good part behind that is we had Mike Flanagan working with the House on Haunted Hill, or the Haunting of Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
Bly Manor. Bly Manor. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sorry, man. Midnight Mass. He was able to, the House of Usher, all of these things here that on their own exist on a very high level.
Yes.
And he didn't stumble from one to the next. We got a consistent show from him that really did well.
But what we're watching right now is not Flanagan.
And this is not Flanagan.
and
the hope is there that he can take that and say, I can work with it. And we could bring Pennywise, we can bring it into a bigger layer into that tower series because of where he's at.
I can't wait. So let's tell them what we're going to look at next week. I'm gonna pull that over here real quick. So Chris and I are going to be looking at a new movie for us next week. And see, I don't know if you can hear us. I tell you what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk to you guys. Tell me if you can hear me. Please let me know in the chat. Can you hear me while I've got the new Fears Eve up? I just a thumbs up, or I can hear you, or no, I can't, or where the hell did you go would be fine. Anyway, I'll put a note in here.
I can hear you.
Oh,
so
I know you can.
That's good. So that's good.
Can you hear me?
Got that going for us, which is nice.
All right, I'll just bring it back up the other way because for whatever reason it's not letting me add you or I to it. So
figures. You got
okay, so Chantel says she can hear fine. Thank you,
cool.
Chantel.
All right. Cool.
So New Fear's Eve is a movie that was made here in Kentucky,
Nice.
and the gentleman who made it, there's a little bit of a story behind it. He wrote the movie while trying to kind of deal with loss, and I don't want to go into a lot of detail with it, but I mean it's a fairly you can find the information,
Right.
And it was a GoFundMe type deal, right? So it was one of those deals where they raised money. People like us that knew about it kind of pitched in a little bit here and
Right.
there. That's how they got the movie done.
Oh yeah.
And I think it is going to be so much fun because it's a comedy horror, and they, from what I understand, they don't hold back on the horror part of it or the comedy part of it, and it's very, very cheaply made. And you know that Chris and I both like some schlock.
Yeah, I mean we got a guy that's in like an old plague doctor mask. Cheap rental, or you can start a free trial in Screambox, which, by the way, has some awesome stuff on there that I noticed.
I might have to sign up for that.
We're right back with the cable time. We got like 72 streaming services, but
yep.
This one's on Prime. It's like $3.
Yeah, $3.99, $4 to rent. I think this is one that you should probably watch with us. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a great time.
Looks good.
It looks like a lot of fun. So yes, we are taking off for Christmas. I don't know if you all saw my Christmas sweater. Hold on a second here. Let me show you.
Nice. He sees you when you're sleeping. Very nice.
And he damn sure knows when you're awake. My wife saw that and said, "You have to have this," because it had, it's got the pumpkins on the arms, but it's also got the Christmas trees and everything on it. So I love it.
Perfect. Cool season.
Yeah, yes, it is. And I will. So my plan next year is to buy some skeletons for the yard for Halloween, and then just put Santa hats on them.
Well, Santa hats on them, dude,
and leave them up through Christmas. But that's just me.
Anyway. You fit right in. A lot of people do that around here. The 13-foot tall Home Depot skeleton with the Santa hat on and the candy cane.
I love it.
It's great.
I love it. So that all being said, we're taking off for Christmas. And then we will be here New Year's Day, because let's face it, New Year's Eve and New Year's morning is when you have your fun. New Year's night, everyone's sitting around doing nothing anyway. So come join us.
Come join us. We're gonna watch this movie, and I think we're gonna have some fun with it. It looks fun. We got a plague doctor. We got a big knife. Looks like a good slasher.
We have skeletons on our porch with the elf and Santa. Yes. I love it. That is
nice.
Fantastic, Chantal.
Love it.
We love it. Love it. All right. That being said, Chris, is there anything you'd like to talk to our lovely guests about tonight before we sign off?
In the meantime, why don't you head on over to the address bar and type in bio.link/graverev, and that will take you to all of the links to all of our socials, our email, all the ways to get out and touch us. In touch with us.
You can touch us too, but you have to get LG. And,
you need permission for that. I don't recommend it.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I wouldn't let either one of them see it.
If you're in the chat, you can click on it because LG shared it. Well, that gives us all the links. You can go to our TikToks, our Facebook, our Instagram. We're posting on there. You can reach out to us. You got a movie you would love to see us review? We'll throw it in the suggestion box, and eventually we'll get back to our ring of horror. Or Wheel of Horror.
Wheel of Terror.
Wheel of Terror. Sorry, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. It has been.
But yeah, and and actually let us know. We'll put it on the wheel. We'll give it a spin, and it might land on that. We've got a lot of movies to review.
Yes, we
love
do.
talking about it. Some of them really good, some of them really not.
But we're okay with that.
But we're okay with that because all of them deserve to be watched at least once. Sometimes only once. Don't pick that up again. It goes at the bottom of our shit list.
And
Then our shit list makes sense. It's
Yep,
the only time our shit list makes sense.
yeah, because when you look at the shit list, you're like, again, oh
Sure.
shit, we did that.
Yeah, we did. Until the next time, though, friends, stay spooky.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us so much, and we love it when you're lively in the chat and we all talk with each other and have a good time. Thank you for the compliments in the chat room right now, but also I want to say thank you to the people who put the show on, because let's face it, if not for these wonderful programs that we see, like Welcome to Derry, Midnight Mass, some of the other ones that we haven't had a chance to talk about, Devil in Ohio,
Away from the movie side,
yep.
but still just as cinematic.
Absolutely. And I'm trying my best to talk Chris into doing the same type of thing with Fall of House of Usher. Maybe we'll re-break it down in a couple of segments, and because I love that one as well. But that being said, everybody, we appreciate you. We love you. Have a wonderful Christmas, and cheers to everyone out there. We love you. We appreciate you. And as Chris often says, stay spooked. And as I say, may all your nightmares be groovy. Have a great night, everybody. We love you guys. See you next time on Great Reviews.